Welcome back to another video, you lovely souls, man. I love each and every one of you who just clicked on this video, though. Real talk. Great things are coming in store for you, baby. Stay open and ready to receive because miracles are about to enter your life, baby. Just believe it. I was inspired to make this video for you guys. I want to give y'all a little game that I applied in my life. Something that I learned that really helped me out big time. Especially if you are someone who is like me and you felt like you had to multitask and you felt like you had to do a whole bunch of things at once to get things done and only to feel overwhelmed and frustrated. I would work on many different things when I started having more than one business, as well as the business of taking care of myself, you feel me, which we used to neglect and put on the back burden, but that matters so much. That's a whole nother job, you heard? So when I started really having all these different businesses, I'm like, how do I do this stuff? How am I going to do it? How am I going to do it? Because I was trying to put energy and focus on this for an hour, that for an hour, or this for a couple of hours or 3 hours, that for a couple of hours and 3 hours, only to find myself scattered all over the place, spend a lot of time on nothing. Because nothing was becoming accomplished. I wasn't getting anything done. So then I learned you must focus on one thing at a time. I was very uncomfortable with that because that was something I did not believe. I did not think that focusing on one thing at a time could really give me results. I thought that doing many things, working on many different things would give me more results. And I found out differently. And I wanted to share this with you guys because it inspired me. I'm inspired to share this with you guys because this is very helpful, especially to you lovely souls who are bosses and who will have multiple businesses this lifetime. And it doesn't matter wherever you are, whoever you are. One thing I want to say, focusing on one thing at a time is what we should be doing. I feel like we were conditioned to believe otherwise, especially when we go to jobs. They got us doing all these different types of things in one time. That's why we be stressed out. That's why we be frustrated and tired, because we doing all these different things that they want us to do at once. And so we start believing that that's the way, but it's not. When you focus on one thing at a time, when you are single tasking, you get more done. When you multitasking, it starts to slow you down. When you single tasking, you get into a flow. That's what I love about it. Like when I started doing this, I increased my focus. I was able to focus more on something for a longer period of time. I started executing things, getting things done, accomplishing things, seeing results, achieving goals, real talk. And I started having more time in my life. It doesn't seem like it makes sense with the logical mind, but I'm telling you, bro, this is really pretty much profound, and a life-changing thing, because I'm telling you, one thing that is challenging for us to learn is even how to focus, period. But learning how to focus and get things accomplished and done is powerful, because you'll be able to get a lot of things done this lifetime and create a lot of things and live out your wildest dreams and have all your businesses created. So when you single tasking, you be getting into this flow. I can't even really express to you that well what this flow is like. It's just like you be going deeper and deeper and deeper into it. You be finding like more answers coming to you. You start seeing more insight. You start seeing it from this angle. You start seeing it from that angle. Bro, it's so powerful. I'm not even lying. But when you jumping around doing this and that, it's just confusing. It's overwhelming. And it's just something you don't want to do. Let me know down below in the comment section if you rocking with what I'm saying right now. If you understand what I'm saying. If you've already experienced this and you like, thank you, Kelly, for making this video, because that's exactly what I've been doing. It's time for me to change it up and do it differently, because I thought the same thing you thought. I thought multitasking was the key. It's really not. Single tasking is, because you stay in this flow. You get into this deep focus when you're doing meaningful, difficult tasks. You get into this deep focus. Like, yeah, man, it's pretty cool. I actually love it. I actually don't look at things as hard or overwhelming or stressful now, doing the things that I love and enjoy. Even when it gets difficult, things that I don't really want to do, I still do them because I know that I have to. You feel me? It's a part of it. There's always gonna be things we really don't want to do in our businesses and our lives that we gotta do. You feel me? But I mean, that deep focus is so profound, you guys. You tap into it when you're focused. I mean, time is like eternal when you're in the present moment. You feel me? So it's like time on your side. Time on your side. It's like you start to notice the increase in time that you have a day to get things done as well. That I love so much. I hardly ever look at the clock. Because I be so much in a deep focus, and also you be in such a deep focus, you don't get time to go try to procrastinate or distract yourself, because you enjoy it. You start to enjoy it because you see progress. You see, you start to achieve goals. You start to get things done. Things start moving along. But when you're multitasking, it seems like you're at a standstill for a long time, not accomplishing nothing, not having time in your life, feeling overwhelmed, and it sucks. You also make less mistakes when you're focusing on one thing at a time, because you'll see things very clearly whenever you're focusing on one thing at a time, versus when you focus in multitasking, you doing all these different things at once, you're most likely to make a mistake, just like at a job. You feel me? You're most likely to make a mistake. Also, trying to do too much leads to stress and anxiety, like I just explained. Like, you start to get frustrated, stressed, you start to feel a little anxiety, you start to feel a little anxious. Not a doctor disclaimer. You start to feel, you don't feel too, what's that word I'm looking for, motivated, like passionate. It kind of drains that away. Because it's like, damn, you start, and then it might start tapping into some old negative thoughts, or limited, some old negative thoughts you had about yourself, because you thinking you can't do this, that this ain't for you, this too overwhelming, this too much. And it's really not. It's just how you're doing it. That's why single tasking is profound, you guys. Y'all already know I love to get y'all the game. When something works in my life and something's helpful in my life, I have to give it to y'all because I love y'all, bro. Real talk. You start having so much more time for doing other things. Yes, you start to really see the freedom, especially because you heard the word I said. You start to get in a deep focus. You start to get into a flow. Yes, it puts you in the flow. Yes, it puts you in the flow, baby. When you're doing meaningful, difficult tasks, you get in the flow, and that's profound. You already know our whole thing is to stay in the flow daily. That's what we should be doing, working on staying in the flow daily. And this helps you do that. So I'm giving you double game. and I know it's a lot more freedom. I have a lot more freedom. I don't feel so overwhelmed. The way I try to do things with my logical mind, the way I try to do things with old beliefs that I thought were supporting me, it was just like a prisoner in my own life. It's just like slavery. Like, all I do is slave myself. That's all I ever knew. So you gotta get in this flow and let your guide, your higher self, your source guide you and lead you, because that's what's really going on. I'm just gonna be straight up with you. That's what really starts happening. You feel me? Start tapping in deep, and you're able to like focus. You have more time to do things and focus on other tasks and get those things done. So this is why this is so powerful. You become more productive. Yes, like at first I was trying to run and hide and distract myself, procrastinate, you feel me, and go do less important things. And I didn't want to do what I should have been doing because I felt like it was too much. It was too much, and it took too much time and energy. But you become more productive when you start doing single tasking and focusing on one thing at a time. I feel like everybody should be doing this in their life so you can actually see things done. Probably somebody out there like, dang, that's why I couldn't accomplish this or get this done. I thought the same thing. It really is, though. You really do become more productive. You ready, you get up. I just noticed, like, I started getting up ready for the day, ready to get it started, ready to, jump on it and get into that focus, get into that flow. You feel me? It's like, it's profound. I love it. Versus when I was multitasking, I didn't like it. I was frustrated. I was like, this is what life gonna be like, doing what I love. Doing things that mean something to me. Meaningful tasks, this is what it's going to be like. Oh, man. And I realized it was just a belief that I was carrying that I had to multitask. And so I had to do something different. And I did that. I told you, change is constant. Commit to being uncomfortable and always be ready to change it up, because what works for once may not work no more. You got to always change up the game to get different results. Okay. So you become very much more productive. And one thing you do, you give more attention to that one task. You give it all your attention, which pulls out so much inside you. Even you start to see how brilliant you are. For real. At first, when you were jumping around multitasking, you probably doubted yourself, didn't think you were good at it, didn't think you were smart enough, intelligent enough, think you would never figure it out. All of a sudden, you start to realize that actually is not true. All you got to do is focus on one thing at a time. You'll really start to see how brilliant you are, because all your attention, you'll get more of your attention to what you're doing, and it brings out so much insights. It's really profound. It really is. And you enjoy your work more, and it'll help you achieve your goals more by focusing on one thing at a time. And that's the truth. And y'all already know I had to share that with you. I love you guys, man. Try it in your life. Apply this in your life, bro. Try focusing on one thing at a time and see how you start checking things off your list, how you start moving along with things that you've been working on. Like I'm talking about, I sat with things for months. until I really tried this, and all of a sudden things start moving along, and all these things I'm describing to you in this video started happening in my life, and still too right now I still do the same thing. And it sounds weird that by focusing on one thing at a time you get more done, but it's so true. Try it in your life and come back and let me know in this video in the comment section how this works for you, or if you're already applying this, let us know down below in the comment section so others can see that this is so profound. Real talk. Say, I love you guys. Real talk. If you like this video and you found messages here, baby, if this inspired you, motivated you, hit that like button, baby. If this resonated with you, hit that like button. I greatly appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. As this gets the video out to more souls who are looking for this message. That's real talk. Share this video with anyone you want to share this video with, because this is such a powerful message. I love you guys so much, and y'all already know I'm here rocking with you, bro. Say, check this out. If you're watching my videos and finding messages here, consider tapping into the full awareness, love, and light, and joining the Pure Clarity Mindset family by hitting that subscribe button and that bell, baby, and get all my newest videos that I drop, because I'm just here spreading awareness, love, and light, sharing my stories with you guys, because I like to help others. Wherever I struggled with for longer times in my life, I like to give that to you guys so that you can start moving along in your life. I love each and every one of you, bro. Hey, say, thank you for sharing your valuable time with me, and come back to see me, because Miss Kelly Travel Spiritually is checking out. Peace, love, and light.